Have you ever wondered how far the moon is from the Earth? 384,400 kilometers sounds like a simple number, but what does it really mean? Let's figure it out. The moon is our closest cosmic neighbor, a satellite that influences ocean tides and even our evolution. Understanding distances in space helps us better realize how amazing our world is. If you decided to drive to the moon in a car at 100 kilometers per hour, it would take you about 160 days nonstop. That's almost half a year. And if you want to go back, prepare for a journey of almost a year. How much coffee would you have to drink? On a modern passenger airplane that flies at about 900 kilometers per hour, the flight would take about 18 days. Imagine a flight where instead of watching one movie, you watch all the movies that exist. Light, which travels at the incredible speed of 300,000 kilometers per second, needs only 1.28 seconds to reach the moon. That means that when you look at the moon at night, you see it as it was 1.28 seconds ago. To visualize the size of this distance, we can say that there would fit 30 Earths in a row between the Earth and the moon. The distance between the Earth and the moon seems huge, but let's look at it another way. Earth's equator is about 40,000 kilometers. That means the distance to the moon is about 10 times the length of the equator. Imagine going around the planet 10 times in a row. If we could stretch a soccer field in space, its length, 100 meters, would fit within the distance to the moon 3.8 million times. In 1969, the Apollo 11 spacecraft traveled that distance in 3 days. Today, we are exploring the moon with automated probes and preparing for a human return to its surface. But even now, 384,400 kilometers remains a serious challenge for engineers and astronauts. Imagine if the distance to the moon were reduced by a factor of 10. The moon would hang 10 times more in the sky, and the tides on Earth would become catastrophically high. Most of the coast would simply disappear underwater. If the moon were farther away, its influence on the Earth would diminish. The nights would be darker and the tides weaker. It might even affect the evolution of life on our planet. All the planets in the solar system, including the distances between them, can be stacked between the Earth and the moon. The moon is gradually moving away from the Earth at a rate of about 3.8 centimeters per year. In billions of years, it will become even more distant. The moon is our closest cosmic neighbor. Its study and exploration inspires us to look further and further into the depths of space. Who knows, maybe in a few decades, such journeys will be commonplace, and we will be able to see the moon with our own eyes.